Alright, well, good morning and welcome to today's vlog. And my name's Drew and this is the Local Disruptor channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to do so. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. And today we're going to talk about why I think today is the most wonderful time of the year, right? Yes, today is the first day of back to school. Kids go back to school today. Yes, the teenager, he gets an alibi. He's a senior this year, so he doesn't actually start till tomorrow, but by the time you guys see this video, he too has started back to school, which is why I'm excited, and I'll still be excited because I don't have to, for his sake, he's got something to do. He could be around his friends. Where we live, people kind of gravitate to the school from outer areas. He hasn't invested the time to go get his driver's license, although he's expressed an interest in driving. He hasn't worked to go get his driver's license. He went after the more important thing this year, and when it comes to car ownership, is having a job. So he actually landed a job this year. I'm excited for him to go back to school, simply because then he can be around his friends and you know show how he improved over the summer and really be kind of show how he's become a better person in like 2 months, hopefully. But yeah, so why else do you ask that? I think this is the most, like, probably for me, the most exciting time of the year. It's better than Christmas for me, and I'm realizing that now. This is the first year where it's really happened for me, and that is during the summer. Visitation switches with my son and my ex-wife. We have a wonderful parenting plan. It works out. In the summer, she gets to captivate her lost time during the school year with him, and we flip. And for me, it gives me a chance to get all my mid-year stuff done for work. It allows me to show up early. That's why if you notice some of the videos, it was starting to get darker because the light sequences is changing here. We're switching to the fall light weather, so now we're gonna end up waiting until we fall back an hour to start getting daylight at 6 a.m. I still wake up at 4 in the morning. I still get ready. I still go to the gym. I still make breakfast. Or I don't make breakfast. Missy makes breakfast. Me and Missy sit together. We still do all that in the morning. But now the best part is I get my little boy back, right? I generally get to spend every other weekend with him during the summer. Like I said, we just switch roles. He takes residency there. But now that he's back, it's nice. Like today, she's gonna bring him to the bus stop her first day of school. We're gonna be here then today. I will hopefully be able to flex my schedule just enough to be home in time to grab him. Previously, before, we had everybody kind of following suit and schedule, but with his older brother working and Missy working her new job, our schedules are kind of off balance now, and I have to flex my schedule on the instances where Ian has to go to work before his brother comes home, right? So we have to balance our schedules, and as a family we work pretty well at doing that. We've got a big schedule and stuff, but I'm just really pumped because I get to see Dubs again. Most likely I'll do car vlogs. I might start doing coffee vlogs in the morning because I'll have about an hour and a half from when I finish the gym and sit with Missy and we have breakfast and we game plan our plan for the day. It's kind of the only time her and I have a chance to powwow on everything we need to do for the house for that day. It's horrible if you try to powwow in the afternoon and you're already busy from work, you're already lazy. It's tough to commit to things at that point in time of the day. So we commit to the things that we're gonna do in the morning, and we execute them upon arrival at home, or what's going on. So at that point, she's talking about what we need to do financially. I'm balancing the books, and we're figuring out how we're funding the next show, next event. And by funding the next show, obviously we don't do a whole lot profit-wise right now on YouTube. That's why I said hit the subscribe button. It's free. So we get there, and because of that lately, and we've pulled away from ad placement. I've done away with most of my affiliated marketing. I have only, like I said, two current running contracts that pay very little a piece right now, but they're worthwhile. They're nice to me, and I'll keep those two contracts going. But and that allows to keep these, like the daily morning vlogs, going. That keeps this funded. Plus, it's kind of something I do in between times while I'm waiting or sitting idle, captivating, you know, time where, you know, to and from travel from work. Instead of just sitting there listening to radio, I film an episode. You know, trying to better time management, I guess. But now that we have all that out of the way and we went on that tangent, back to the little man. So now I'll get to, you know, do stuff with him. We got the electric go-karts finally. We got 2 of them. Dubs has his. If you look back in previous history, he's paying homage to it. Missy was able to score another one for almost next to nothing. It was used. It's a little tattered and beat up, but its frame is solid, and I'll be able to up the amperature and the battery power here shortly. I'll make a video on that once we have revenue generated to afford that. So yeah, you subscribe if you want to see that, or comment if you want to see that. But yeah, so we got 2 electric drifter go-karts. Nothing too fancy. It's not professional grade. It's a Razor system, but it's strong enough to power me with its standard battery pack. Now I figured if I double the amperature and double the mAh on it, say go from a 7-hour mAh to a 14 mAh, which is 7 amp hours, and bring it to about 48 watts with a 1,000 watt bank, we should be able to crank pretty heavy on that and go flying around on it. You can break it loose just in the 2, so we'll see. I know that the speed controller on that is very limited, and it may prevent me from putting that much wattage through it. So we'll see what we get when we get there. Probably gonna go with like 1863s or something in there. I might make a cell that way. Better weight and storage capacity for the space it takes up. So we'll do that. But I'm excited to start doing that with him. I'm excited to go back to being able to have sword fights and, you know, Nerf gun fights in the middle of it, right after school or whatever, after work. Nothing beats coming home, finding out you're walking into a Nerf ambush. You know, I miss those things. I miss coming up the stairs and him zapping me in the head with that stuff. So it's fun to really have him back. Like I said, this is the first summer where, last summer it wasn't, I got to spend a lot of time with him. There was a lot of settling going on, and I kind of benefited from that by having quality time with both him and my daughter. In this summer, things had stabilized, and he was able to spend a lot more time in a great environment and be around his mom and be able to do stuff. So it worked out really well in that aspect for him. The part that sucked for me was I realized now how little time I had with him during the summer, and the nice part was I just emphasized and put a lot of energy into those times. So, you know, we were able to really be, as you say, I got to be the best dad over a 3-day weekend I could. You know, kind of cheating it from having to do it seven days a week, to only having to worry about it for 3. It kind of sucks, but you know, it kind of gave me a break a little bit. But at the same point, I realized how much I miss having him around. He is just such a ball of energy compared to my other son. They're both very polar opposites. My older son's very self-critical, very quiet to himself, and very introvert. And Dubs is like extrovert galore. He's in your face. He wants to do something. He's engaging. He's the type of kid you could take to a playground and he'll make friends within 5 minutes. Versus if you were to take my oldest to a playground, he'd probably stand in the corner and look away from the playground, just so he had to avoid the social interaction. So it is kind of that way. They're definitely polar opposites. I think to this day, my daughter's probably the awesome middle ground kid. She has the best drive, but she's still very, you know, playful and social, right? And she just has that tenacity and that drive, and you know, that like every time I see her, she's always like, I'm doing this, you know, right? Versus, I'm kind of waiting for my, you know, she's out there, you know, trying to make her goals happen at 14, you know, which is really good because she has that drive and passion that sadly most kids don't have these days, especially kids in her circumstances don't have. So she does what she can and how she can, and I think it's really great how far she's come as a person. Looks like they're here, and they have Dubberoos. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, so to avoid any privacy issues or anything. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, work hard, play nice.